Hi, everyone. Nice to be with you. I want to do a short video on a few points before we begin next week. On Tuesday, we will start a new cycle, and it will focus on a statement from the Buddha, and it is an answer to a question put to him about meditation and mind and the nature of mind. That statement, his response was mind, no mind. Mind is luminous. So it's a threefold statement, and it basically covers the entirety of the meditation path, the entirety of the self-awakening path, and the entirety of how we can be of increasing benefit to others through understanding ourself ever more. Mind, no mind, mind is luminous. So we're going to take up each of these three for whatever duration of time and see where it leads us. I want to set the stage for that by, first off, just kind of checking in and asking us all if, in fact, we feel that we are more aware of the nature of our mind, of its natural habits, of its automated processes, and through the exploration we did with the senses, through softening and opening, through an ongoing process of noticing the usually not noticed in all the ways that we have, is your mind, its fullness, its range, its emotion mind complex scenarios, are they more aware to you, more known by you, including the default patterns and, again, the trickster component? Is that a yes or a no? Meditation off the cushion, as much as on the cushion, and oftentimes more, is about developing the habit of familiarity with ourself. In fact, the Tibetan term gom, which is one of the primary words translated as meditation, means familiarity. It means getting used to. So we are very used to whatever were our habits of consciousness before. That's why they're habits of consciousness. We were very used to whatever are our unrecognized, non-familiar, even unconscious patterns of perception, patterns of sensation, the ways that our minds put thought, label, name, belief, the whole range. We were used to not noticing them as they are functioning. And then as we, through our time together, as well as whatever other teachers, teachings, and opportunities you've had to become more self-aware of all these subcategories of how things work inside us, then you've become more aware. And that unto itself is the development of a new kind of range of consciousness and habituating, familiarizing, getting used to those. For example, noticing the usually not noticed. For example, softening and opening. For example, now being more aware of presence, what that feels like, how to use that sensorial database of presence, of being not in presence, how each of those feels, to hear the litany in our minds, to hear it for what it is, to recognize it for what it is, and again, add a pause, add a breath, soften and open into it, drop into it, self-discovery, self-inquiry, on and on. My guess is that now a lot of that is more within your ongoing awareness. So you've developed familiarity with that which there might have been not much familiarity, again, unconscious. So that's first. As a preliminary, as a setup to mind, no mind, mind is luminous. We then have that we have practiced with and practiced some of the range of shamatha, tranquility, peaceful abiding, serenity, and so forth. We have all discovered within our personal practice, our experience of sitting with that in the wide variety of ways that we have done so, that there is quite a mandala to shamatha. Some days there is a restlessness in the body, but we can still have a tranquility in the mind. Some sittings, there is an excitement, a happiness within our emotions. And that excitement or happiness is not a distraction to our mind. Instead, we find that it expands the mind because of the happiness. We might find that there's a certain range to our equality, equanimity. We might find that on and off the cushion, that we just have more range of a peace of mind, how to get to that peace of mind, how to notice when we are not in it. And so again, shamatha, in more of its range and kind of the mandala of that, is also more familiar. We've gotten used to it in many regards. When we are not feeling at ease or a flow or a peace off the cushion in our life, we notice it for what it is. We notice when we are restless, when we are going fast, when our mind or thoughts are not turning off, not giving us any peace. We notice it ever more because of the training in shamatha. Shamatha is something that never stops in meditation practice. It is the ground of meditation practice. And as I've offered before in meditation retreats, it is actually the fundamental quality of the highest states of awareness itself. Open, tranquil, serene, expansive, luminous. That's the essence of shamatha. We've also explored Vipassana. In a wide range, we become familiar with its mandala. Is there more? There's always more. But noticing the usually not noticed has been our go-to phrase. To take note of what is arising, what is before us, what naturally and commonly would be labeled or craved, or we might have a sentiment about, or an attachment about, or an aversion, a fear, a worry, a concern about. And we've stopped and we've noticed the usually not noticed automated emotions that go on there, or automated labeling, naming, creating a scenario, creating a projection, an assumption, and so forth. We've learned to pause, to notice the usually not noticed. Excellent. Excellent. And in that noticing the usually not noticed, then we have empowered ourselves with a wide variety of possibilities to soften and open into what we've noticed. And keep softening and opening until through the Vipassana, self-inquiry, self-discovery, self-illumination process that Vipassana is to perceive correctly, to perceive more correctly, to see things as they are, seeing here being used in its, full range of vernacular. In that process, then, that's exactly what the result has been. Pretty cool. It's exactly what the result has been. We perceive more correctly. We perceive more widely. We have a bigger picture of ourselves. We have, therefore, a bigger picture that we can open into on any subject, on any given instance, in any circumstance, in any situation. We have recognized in a Vipassana way of noticing the usually not noticed, we've begun to notice the interdependence of everything. We've begun to take note and feel a confidence about there are causes, conditions, and results. And we have a choice as to the causes that we put in motion, therefore the conditions that we will live as a result, and the ultimate results that we will also harvest because of the choices that we make. The small choices, the medium choices, and the big choices. That's Vipassana. Is there more to say there? Plenty. But we've become familiar. We've familiarized. Gone. We've familiarized. We've gotten used to. We've habituated. Vipassana as a go-to methodology in our life. In fact, it is becoming so common to us to notice the usually not noticed, to soften and open into it, or to just simply pause, have the gap, have the space, pause for a moment, to then look at things from, again, that vantage point, that larger, clearer vantage point that is quite often less emotional, less personal, and less personally involved. So we've habituated to that. So we've habituated, to recap, we've habituated to more awareness overall. Overall. We've done so through shamatha and therefore have awakened and opened some of the range of shamatha within our meditation practice as well as in our life. My guess is that we all have more calmness that we can go to within us. We have discovered that. More presence that we can go to within us. We have discovered that. And we have become more used to that and preferring that than to prefer the drama, than to prefer the histrionics, than to prefer the naming, the blaming, all of that. That's excellent, because that means that those vibrations that are better, more positive for you, more positive for the people around you, more positive for the planet, are exactly what you and I are living. Excellent. How marvelous. And we've done the same with Vipassana. We're more aware, more acute, more clear, more alert to our emotions, more alert to the personalizations, more alert to the fact that as human beings, we still have assumptions and projections and these kinds of things that we've been doing for a long, long time. But we're aware of it. And that means that they're decreasing. And again, vibrationally, that means that your mind is more clear. Your mind is more pure, if you will. It is more spacious. It's less cluttered with these kind of, self-limiting patterns. So with that, all of that kind of recapped for us that we've been doing this now for quite some time in this concerted way, building upon the practice of living awareness. So we are living our awareness. Yes, excellent. And so we're going to step it up, if you will. We're going to go in a bit more deeply, more acutely. And of course, the key to it all is going to be to apply whatever we're doing on the cushion in our morning practice, to apply it directly into our life, just like we have all along the way, including starting with the practice of living awareness. So with all that said, I look forward to Tuesday morning with you to start a new cycle. Love you all. Create your day.